I think what I would do now, take Adam Jones off, Sam Oberton off, Jamie Roberts off, 3 influential players in today's team, but we've got to look forward now, we've got to look towards the quarterfinals. But, you know, they've gone out there, they've done a job, done exactly what I was asked from, and done it in a very impressive manner.
Ireland won't be watching that, Gervin. They'll have other things on their mind at the moment, their match with Italy coming up later. If it is to be a quarter-final against Wales, there's a lot of food for thought there.
Certainly, yeah. Bonus point try before half-time. I think the Welsh side will be delighted with that. I think, as Gareth said, they will make a number of changes in the second half. Key for me was those two tries before half-time. Wales had got a little bit sloppy there at stages. I suppose the conditions played its part. They lost their shape a bit and they tended to turn over a bit too much ball. They have to be a lot more clinical. I think in the second half what they're going to try and do is really going to try and up the tempo. The Fijians will tire. There'll be space back on the inside. A lot of the tries came from inside passes, support trail lines back on the inside. So
great accuracy, great handling. Jamie Roberts fantastic in that first half.
Yeah, pretty easy for Jamie in this first try. I mean, he just broke through some fairly feeble defence, and you know, when you give somebody like Jamie Roberts that sort of space to wind up and go through, Warburton cleaning up the back of the line up there, but just one step, bang, palm off and under the sticks. I mean, pretty simple. What I've liked with Wales so far is they haven't let Fiji into the game at all. They've played the game sort of in the Welsh territory, and really this is what comes from that. When you're playing in the opposition's half, you get opportunities like this, and Roberts
I think because there was a turnover ball, the Fijian defence hasn't set them. What Wales seem to be doing on turnovers, getting this kind of two-pass mentality, so getting 2 passes away from the contact area. And when a team is not set for defence, 2 passes away makes it very difficult to defend that area.
Yeah.
And after that, it's been the quality of the handling, the pace, the accuracy, especially in confined spaces.
Yeah, I'm so impressed with the way they play, and I say it is difficult conditions. And Jamie Roberts has done this on 3 or 4 occasions, and you know, Scott Williams there showing some serious confidence for a young kid. You know, he's come in. He's not really playing for a place. I don't think he's gonna start, but he's really putting his hand up, and you know, great handling, and you know, you could call it a forward pass, and it probably was. But from a Welsh perspective, it's great to see Wales playing this way. I think this is how we know Wales can play, and this is how the Welsh public love to see Wales play. And you know, again, a stealing the line, George North coming in here, showing great pace, and that's a great offload. Yeah. That's an absolutely world-class pass, and this kid again, Sam, you know, he's really being one of the standout players of the tournament so far, and that's why just get him off now. We need him in the quarters.
Yeah, and these players are 19, 20 years old.
Yeah, and they're playing with wonderful confidence, and that's what I like about this. And you know, 2 of those tries that we just saw there were in a very narrow piece of space, and just the confidence to have the hands, and also the communication's got to be good when you're in that sort of, just to flip it on and do that nicely. They're playing really well.
You can feel, even in the studio, they're playing with confidence. These kids are confident, and that's dangerous. You know, as a team coming against a confident bunch of players like this, that's scary.
Yeah, oozing confidence. That's what you need for the quarterfinals. They're there with that bonus point that they secured with the 4th try. How swiftly they switched their allegiance out there in New Zealand. Poor Dan Carter, he's not heading to the quarterfinals, but Wales are there. Maybe there'll be a second half celebration of some kind against Fiji. Wales can sit back. They're in the quarterfinals, leading Fiji 31-0 at half-time in Hamilton. That's a confident, relaxed, disciplined dressing room. Talking of discipline, we're just getting news from the England camp that Dylan Armitage apparently has been cited for that high tackle on Chris Patterson yesterday. We'll have more on that after the second half here in Hamilton. And what kind of exhibition will we expect from Wales, who have booked their quarter-final place already with that bonus point 4th try, leading by 31 points to 0. We're back with Michael Owen and Simon Ward.
Thank you, Steve. Well, one change for each side, or one further change, I should say, for each side. There's Alan Wynne-Jones. He has come on for Bradley Davis at the break. And for Fiji, they've replaced the hooker, Koto, being replaced by Kasau. But you can tell Wales coming out of the starting box quickly, and Fiji, well, I don't know what was said in their changing room at half-time, but certainly they're looking to make an impact and an impression on this game, which we really saw through that first half. The stats show that Fiji had 62% territory. Just goes to show that Wales made the most of every opportunity when they got into opposition halves.
Yeah, he just got a great threat. This is a fantastic hit you see here. I think it was by Lovan Baluvu. It's a huge hit on Lee Byrne, and he did well to keep hold of the ball.
When Toulon play Clermont later on in the top 14, he may be getting a bit more of that coming his way, but right now,
Crouch.
It's all about the World Cup.
Touch.
And here goes the first scrum with the new people in tow. Lloyd Burns, of course, on at 16. Referee says it was hooked. Seemed to come straight back out of the tunnel. It's there for Wales. Priestland changing the options, putting a bit of variety in. Bully anticipating. Talai. He's got big strides to get him up into the opposition half. Lee Halfpenny having to scuttle back into position, and Talai thought he was being shepherded off the ball there. Phillips completing the clearance, but Masinga waiting and ready, feeding onto his fullback. Out it goes to Nicky Little. There's the replacement hooker, William Vaikasol. A little offload from Nakarawa. That's why he's been such an impressive and popular character. The snipe down the blind side from Buatava. Oh, referee says play on. The Fijian fans and players don't like it. Rhys Priestland does. Look at the numbers out to the left for Wales. If they can move it, and they do, there is opportunity here. Ryan Jones has Jamie Roberts. Roberts has North. Mike Phillips up in support. Good handling from the Welsh side. And this is the confidence now that is running through the red shirts. Charteris out to Halfpenny. Nicky Little stems the flow. That's a fairly fierce Fijian hug on Halfpenny. Warburton hands off one, drives through the gap, gets the offload in. Mike Phillips trying to do what they call the Maori sidestep out here. It didn't work, and the penalty is going to allow Fiji to clear their lines.
A real showcase of all the talents Wales have got. That was great play from everyone in the team. It was loads of interaction between the forwards and the backs, great movement in attack, and really encouraging for Wales. You see Sam Warburton here, this is what he can bring. He's got so much strength, so much pace, and that's why he's a threat in attack and defence. And he added a good offload as well, and Mike Phillips a little bit unlucky, I think, to get penalised here. Fijians do really well actually, but I think he was a little bit unlucky to get penalised. And Wales were almost certain to get a try there as well.
Warren Gatland sitting behind us, enjoying life at the moment. He has his team in fine form going into these quarterfinals. You could say one of the form teams, I suspect.
I think they look very good, Wales. I think that South Africa performance as well, if they can raise their levels to that sort of intensity and accuracy again, they would be a huge threat. And they've got so much physicality in their team. They can match teams. Anyone comes at them in attack, they can match them defensively. And when they attack, they've got a chance of just scoring a try out of nothing, which is priceless when you get to those top level games that are so close.
Take up the back from Lawaravo. Buatava again looking for Nakarawa. He's been the go-to man so often for Fiji. Levan Balavo trying to drive his way out of the 22. In the end, the kick has to go up. Oh, mistake by Lee Byrne. Bully quickly up and through onto the ball. Now, can Fiji do something from here? Again, the numbers stacking up on the left-hand side. It doesn't matter whether it's single digits or double digits for Fiji. they all have this wonderful athleticism.
Off the foot of the white player, then a knock on by a red player.
I think that's one of the things that's so impressive about Wales' performance as well. You're saying about the Fijian athleticism, but Wales are more than matching it. They're beating teams that they don't get in the physicality. It's not a threat to Wales, and it's a testament to the work that's been done by the coaching staff. And see a little mistake there by Lee Byrne, that's the sort of thing Wales don't want to do, because they don't want to give Fiji, they just want to be perfect and go into that Ireland game with loads and loads of confidence if Ireland get through.
And of course, going into that quarter-final with no injuries, and the guys were discussing it in the studio at half-time. When do you start to take your key jewels out? The likes of Warburton, the likes of Adam Jones, the likes of Rhys Priestland, maybe.
Yeah, I think these boys just want to stay in the field, though. They look like they're really enjoying their rugby and they're playing well, and I think it'll give them confidence. And I think Wales can do it. I think Warren Gatland, from that point of view, can do whatever he wants, because these boys, it won't matter to them if they play or they don't play. They're ready, and when you're at this sort of, when Wales are playing like this and they've got that sort of fervour and intensity about they play, you just want to stay in the field and keep playing and keep enjoying it and doing the business, because this is what you do all the hard work and the training for.
Crouch.
An opportunity for Fiji.
Touch.
Can they execute?
Ball.
Can they make something happen? Can they get themselves on the scoreboard?
Wales, please. Hit and hold. Be disciplined.
Free kick. Talai moving it straight into midfield for Luvumbalavу, trying to cut back against the flow. Again, the captain drives on, leading from the front. Samotha sets the ball back, and they go again. Well, Nakaningo just losing his footing at a crucial time. Nicky Little trying to get inside Adam Jones' flailing arm. Stolen ball, says the referee. Ruck, counter ruck. It's going to be Wales, that's good work. Sean Edwards will be very pleased with that defensive attitude on that Fijian attack. And it's an easy clearance for Rhys Priestland. Tangi Thakambau will look to spark another Fijian attack. I suspect that Wales will have expected this sort of response, but they've held their line and they've managed to plunder ball there. That's Alan Wynne-Jones, I think he's taken his scrum cap off, and it's there for Priestland. Well, players losing their footing now. They're going to have to look how they change their angles.
One of the things that's so impressive from Wales is in the 22, they turn the ball over. That's the most dangerous time you can get the other team get possession. You get a turnover, that's where most tries are scored from. Wales, as soon as they lost the ball, the players got back to 10 metres, they made the tackle, and it's almost like they relish in defending. They want the Fijian challenge of trying to score a try against them, and they just turned the ball over and got up the other end of the field, and they got another turnover then again. It really making it so difficult for Fiji to get any sort of fluency into their game.
Again, the line out not working efficiently enough for Fiji. Michael, you've been out here, what now? A week, just over a week?
Yeah, just over a week.
It is a wonderful feeling to this World Cup, isn't it? Wherever you go, you cannot get away from it. Rugby is in the DNA of the Kiwis.
Yeah, definitely. It's fantastic. I came over from the UK, and you could sense from watching the games there that it was an amazing tournament. And then when you come out there, it's just confirmed that everyone's really enjoying the World Cup. When the game's in the small towns, it's taking over, and we've got some mouth-watering ties coming up in the quarterfinals.
Certainly driving into Hamilton today. Red shirts everywhere. Fijian supporters mixing it merrily, quite happily. Penny taking his team up over halfway. And Jones being driven back, but coming back to keep his team up, keep the ball there. Priestland onto Lloyd Burns. Inside pop to George North. How many times have we seen that? His first try was a similar one off Stephen Jones. Well, who's going to score it? After you, sir, it's James Roberts. The doctor will see you now. Wales go over for another try.
George North has been absolutely majestic this evening. Every single time he touches the ball, something is happening. He's outstanding. He just looks. He is such a good player. You can't overstate how good he is. He's